Weissman, James Blake. It is a hot one today, and temperatures even warmer than yesterday, but also a little windy on the court, James.
Yeah, and I think the wind is going to affect them a lot more than the heat. As John said in the Open, tennis players are used to dealing with the heat. January in Australia is hot. U.S. Open stuff. He can look a little confusing as to why he continues going for those, but that's just the way he plays, and it's going to be possibly something that Bellucci will have to deal with. He'll have to deal with the streaks, the ups and downs of dready tennis. As you see him packing up the dreads right now, I think they may have been bothering him in the wind.
Packing up the dreads, but getting them all situated.
It's a lot of hair to put in there. As we mentioned my hair yesterday, I thought there's from the start a little bit unorthodox, a chip in charge off of first serve, and as I mentioned, Bellucci has a very good first serve.
Such touch, and you can see from the start that Dustin Brown wants to get to net as soon as possible.
Two missed volleys from Bellucci early. I think Dustin Brown might be smiling because he was out of position. As I was saying, you need to be in the perfect position, and he was out of position.
And a break to start for Dustin Brown. Some people start their day with overnight oats or Wheaties. Dustin Brown goes with the Fruit Loops, baby. Good morning, world.
It's like a couple
break points. And right now, that's a double break lead. Dready tennis, shall we say, blowing away the competition early on in Rio. There you see the crowd just wants to get fired up.
Yes, they do.
For their countryman. Bellucci gets one of the breaks back. Of course, we are currently streaming all these events right now. You can see some fencing, table tennis, hockey. It's all on NBCOlympics.com. You can see the tennis, NBCOlympics.com/live tennis.
That'll be the same kind of tennis knowledgeable crowd. So we saw him hit a few too far earlier on, but that one was about as perfect as can be. Because
both games, the last changeover cut it to 3-2. Both players having to adjust to some wind. Andy Murray, two defending gold medalists. And Thomas Bellucci trying to get back on serve.
And that may have been a mistake by Dustin Brown. He's smiling now. He's may have made a bit of a sarcastic cheer after winning that point. The crowd got on him after missing the first serve, and that's something that a normal tennis crowd might not do. But I don't feel like you want to antagonize a home crowd.
So able to get the hold to 5-3. One game away from this first set.
Great smile. He enjoys himself out there, and the fans generally enjoy watching him play because it is so unpredictable. You never really know what you're going to get out of him.
How about that?
Again, unconventional. We can use that word so many times with Dustin Brown, but generally when you get a volley up above the net, you're going to try to hammer it, put it into one of the corners, really finish off the point that way. Instead, he decides back in the set.
That is amazing.
That's just incredible with this win to be that accurate. And it had to be a guess because there's no way he can tell exactly how much the wind is going to affect it. And that lands right up.
All right, couple set points.
Some athleticism just to get out of the way and dodge that one.
A Monfils-like effort. And Dustin Brown able to serve it out. So the first set goes to the German here on center court. And we're going to get an update.
Oh, there's unconventional, and then that's just giving that point away.
You talk about the stories and the Olympics, and Dustin Brown, probably one of the best, born in Germany, trained by an American, honed his game in Jamaica. But his parents bought him a Volkswagen camper van in 2004. His mom said the idea came to her while she was drinking a beer on the beach.
Sounds about right. That's when most of the best ideas come, don't they?
So he gets this camper, and it's got a kitchen, it's got a bathroom, 3 bedrooms.
Sounds pretty nice.
He adds a racket stringer, like a little area for that. He puts posters up on all the walls. And it's basically so that he can travel around Europe, play these futures events, not have to spend extra money on housing. The license plate was actually CE, which stands for his birthplace in Germany. DI, which are the initials, his initial and the initial of his mother's first name, 100, which is the ranking that he wanted to achieve.
Wow. That sounds great. It sounds like it's nicer than a dorm room, I'd say. Might be nicer than the Olympic Village. Some of the people I've heard not so thrilled with some of the accommodations there, and think they might want his camper van.
So he travels around Europe, plays these futures. His earnings went to gas, equipment, food, cooked a ton of pasta. When he made enough money, he would go out, treat himself to a meal at a restaurant, as he holds here for 1-all. Basically 6 years grinding, you know, playing, traveling, tried to play a lot of events in the same country. And eventually, you know, he gets into Wimbledon. The Jamaican Federation sends him an email, congratulations. Basically, he had made it on his own, so now he plays under the German flag. And the same week that they paid off that camper, Dustin cracked the top 100.
Works out perfectly. Life has a way of doing that sometimes. And he's also saving money on haircuts, obviously, throughout all that time. So that's smart planning by him. But people do forget or not realize how expensive it can be to travel early on when you're not making that money, and how much support it takes from either a federation, from your parents, from sponsors to really make it in this sport. Another great lob.
Point of the match.
Yeah, great rally. Good point there. But you obviously see the talent Dustin Brown has, and it just shows that it doesn't just take talent alone.
Mr. Brown is challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball was called in.
Not even. It's well in.
So that was an excellent game from Bellucci there. Gets the crowd into it. Andre Sa.
No, pulling out a little dready tennis himself.
A little taste of his own medicine.
Fired up, dready tennis, and on the other side, a slam of the racket. The winds of change going back and forth. How about that? We're on serve. He went to the one-hander again.
Tried the one-hander again, but great gets. Playing defense, smiling, having fun, and I think he probably is.
Oh, how about that?
It was a let. Dustin Brown saying it was clearly over the net, but they have the let court machines, and sometimes those if they're too sensitive, it could actually be affected by the wind, because the wind could. He handles it anyway.
3 games all.
Now they may be booing him.
Now they're booing him. They didn't like him arguing with the umpire and then getting fired up after winning that game anyway. But he deserves it. That's a great job refocusing, thinking the game's over.
See that? Ball right on the line. Signage being knocked over, fences falling over. It certainly settled down here on center court a little bit.
Oh, and it goes over. That'll get him fired up. Great effort running down that ball. You'd think he might not have gotten there, might not have been worth running, but it definitely makes it worth it when you get the reward there. Wow, aggressive second serve coming up with a swinging backhand volley.
Both players getting advantages.
Oh my. Right there, you see that. He's so close to 2 double faults in a row and still goes for a huge second serve coming in. Hits 3 great volleys from one behind and then getting the crowd possibly further against him, but does it with a smile. Big first serve there, leveling the second set.
4 games all.
He can't catch a break. Great feel from Dustin Brown. Yeah, I have a feeling second night match against the world. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. You never want to see that. Bellucci doing the right thing. He told him to call the trainer already.
That was game point, so 5-4 for Bellucci, but Dustin Brown went down on that ankle right away.
It looks like he has a brace on that ankle already. Some players have more of a propensity to sprain their ankle or to roll it, and they protect it. But you can't protect it against test it out and you end up being okay. But this, I don't want to speculate, but this doesn't look the same as that. Unfortunately, there's Paul Ness, an ATP trainer.
Good sign to see him at least get in a seated position.
Yeah.
And now getting to his feet, not putting.
Yeah, the important point is right there to see if he can put any weight on that ankle. You know, if it's broken, there's pretty much no way he's going to put that weight on it.
And now walking, putting a little bit of weight. Good sign. Now let's take another look at exactly when this occurred. Right during the split step.
Yeah. During the split step, he went over right on the front on his toe. It looked like it caught a little bit
below your normal ankle.
Yeah, and that's where tendons attached there, and there's a chance one of them may have ruptured or strained or sprained. We don't know, but definitely some damage done there. And you see the pain, physical and emotional, on Dustin's face. With him, it's going to be a test right at the beginning, especially people that aren't used to having their ankles taped. I know when I first got my ankle taped, it felt very foreign. It didn't feel normal. I didn't feel like my shoe was fitting correctly, and I just didn't feel that comfortable pushing off and running on it when it had been sprained. I don't know how often he's sprained his ankles, if he's used to this. It looks like his other one already has a brace on it, so he may have dealt with this before in that one. But it looks like he's walking extremely gingerly, and this is a very difficult task, trying to serve to stay in the second set when you know your mobility is going to be limited. But it's also not easy on Bellucci. Bellucci may not be sure his tactics, what he should do. Should he just get the ball in the court, see if he can make him run? Is it mean to hit a drop shot right away or to make him move? You know, he might be thinking a lot of different things out there as well. And that actually is the best play, just exactly what you normally do.
And you see, throw the racket. It's disappointing for Dustin Brown, who had played so well all day, but has to give in to the health.
That's extremely sad in his first Olympics. Bellucci had started playing much better in that second set, but I would have loved to have seen how that end of the set would have played out, because they're both playing well, playing good tennis, and see if either one who handled the pressure better. And just really sad to see this be the way his Olympic journey ends.
Put forth such a great effort today, was really involved with the crowd, and his play was impressive. Took the first set, was up a double break, and fought back in the second set, but forced to retire to Thomas Bellucci.
Absolutely amazing career, and it's wonderful to have you on our team. And please welcome Rafa and Nadal.